What is going on YouTube? My name is BluePaw. Welcome back to Pokemon Showdown. Today we're playing some more OU against Max D5. Remember, if you want to be featured in a battle like this, be sure to follow me on Twitter, as that's where I ask for these battles. Also, be sure to crush that like button down below. I really appreciate your support. And subscribe to never miss a video coming your way. Without further ado, let's get into the battle. So looking at my opponent's team, I can see he's got the scary Excadrill and that Mega Lopunny. That's power, straight power, that Mega Lopunny. He's also got that Hydreigon, which is likely Scarfed or Specs. Either way, it's going to be dropping Dracos on me, and it's going to be fast. I decided to lead with good old Dumbo, as Vaporeon doesn't scare me much, and there isn't much else that can threaten this thing out. He leads with his Lopunny and smacks me with a Fake Out, and Mega Evolves turn 1. So I'm already scared of this Lopunny. That did 15% and it was a Fake Out. Then hits with an Ice Punch and freezes me turn 1. So the hacks have already begun. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a battle of pure hacks. I switch out to Derptastic because it can take an Ice Punch much more nicely, and I predict him to just go for the same move. He then switches out as I go for a Scald, hoping for a burn on that Lopunny, and switches into his Hydreigon. Luckily my Derptastic is specially defensive and it eats up this Dark Pulse. Well, it survives, I should say. This Hydreigon is a beast. I then fire over an Ice Beam and get my own freeze, so hacks on your side too. He then stays frozen solid, thankfully, doesn't thaw out turn 1, and I can kill this thing with an Ice Beam. So Derptastic coming in clutch, he's derping his way through this battle somehow. I then decide to let my Derptastic go down when I see the Espeon, as the Shadow Ball is very threatening and I don't want anything else to take unnecessary damage. I can then scare this thing out with Hakuna with the threat of a Crunch, and decide to hit EQ in case I caught something else like the Arcanine, if he switched in on a Crunch. I don't know why he would, but if it's Rocky Helmet, maybe. I then go for a Dragon Dance as he fires with a Wish, and then decide to go for a second Dragon Dance, as I think, what can he do? He can't possibly cripple my Hakuna, apart from getting a burn with a Scald. So, hacks number 2. This game is just so fun. I love this game so much. He then Scalds again, and I have no choice but to just keep hitting. There's no point setting up Dragon Dances, as my Hakuna is now on a timer, and he can Wish Protect Stall me all the way to high hell. So I just decided to keep clicking Crunch and Earthquake, hoping to eventually take this Vaporeon out, and he keeps protecting. So I like Vaporeon most of the time, but in competitive it can be so annoying. It's almost as bad as Umbreon, except it has slightly more agreeable typing. I luckily catch Defense Drop there with a Crunch, which is good for me because it means I should take it out the next time I land a hit on this Vaporeon. However, it doesn't stop him from Wish Protect stalling up to 78% HP, and I'm at 1% with my burn. He goes for a double protect, very cheeky of him, luckily fails, and I can smack this thing with a Crunch and take it out. But in the process I lose my Hakuna too. So this is meant to be a wall breaker, but it always seems to feint itself in the process, so it's not quite a flawless plan. His Lopunny then hits another huge Fake Out on my Infernape, and then predicting well, not an Ice Punch, I go out into Introvert to get some Rocky Helmet damage on this thing. I then eat up an Ice Punch from this Lopunny and give it more Rocky Helmet damage, and go for my Sleep Powder and miss. More hacks, this game is fun. He then hits another Ice Punch, luckily doesn't get the freeze, and I just decide to drop a Giga Drain at this point. There's no point going for Leech Seed, because it won't restore enough HP for me to take another Ice Punch. Luckily that Giga Drain did count, because the Rocky Helmet damage from that Ice Punch takes the Lopunny out, so that's 2 for 2. He then brings in Excadrill, and I'm praying this thing isn't Focus Sashed. It's Focus Sashed, so I go for close combat, get my defense dropped, and of course an Earthquake is going to demolish this Infernape. I then bring out Scizor to go for a Bullet Punch and take this Excadrill out. Despite being resisted, you're not living that, Excadrill. He then brings in Arcanine, intimidates me, which is horrible, so I have to go out into Dumbo, which is frozen. A Flare Blitz luckily thaws out my Dumbo, but I'm not outspeeding this Arcanine, and even if I did have Ice Shard, I wouldn't use it here. He switches into Espeon as I go for an Earthquake and get a crit, so more hacks there, the hacks gods. Mo, if you're watching, this is you. You are orchestrating this battle. He brings an Arcanine. I can't switch out into Scizor and take this Flare Blitz if I want to have any chance of winning this battle. I have to go into Vice, hope a Bullet Punch will somehow take this Arcanine out. Not a chance, and the Flare Blitz completely demolishes me. So he goes down to 36. So it was a relatively close battle. I think he had it in the bag with that Arcanine, but it was a 1-for-1 and he almost lost all his Arcanine's HP. So that just about wraps up the battle there. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button down below. I really appreciate your support. Also, subscribe to never miss a Pokemon video coming your way. If you want the chance to be featured on a video like this, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. Have a great day. Peace.